Hey team, another edition of Coffee with Closers in the cold. As you can see, Mike and I have snow behind us. Not really, but kind of. It's so cold outside, it feels like it should be snow. In fact, it's probably snow up where Mike is. Mike is a new loan officer that just joined our team this month, and he is doing a great job by dialing for dollars. He's taken a number of applications from being on the dialer, and he's technically only a few weeks in, so he's doing a great job. But he had a question today about the rate stuff, right, Mike?
Yes. Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
And
Do you want me to go with my question?
yeah, throw your question out there, brother.
I'm gonna freeze. I'm on recording. All right. So I had a client of mine. I just took an application for a refinance. Mentioned to me last night after I sent him his disclosures that um um let's
And
see.
keep in mind, this
He
is a guy that
I've
wasn't looking to refinance, but he was actually
Yeah.
looking to purchase, and Mike talked him into a refinance.
Well, I mean, I get a little background on it. He came in. I work out of a realty company, so I'm fortunate with regards to that. I've got a great, fantastic team here, along with our team captain David, doing a wonderful job training me. So if I sound professional, it's all because of him. Uh, you like that? That was nice.
I wish, right?
Nah, you're the man. Okay, so basically, my client came into the office. He actually works for he actually does construction for the realty company here, and he's looking to purchase an investment property. I got about halfway through the loan or whatever, and we started discussing assets and whatnot. And basically, I came to realize that he was looking for a $500,000 investment property, but I mean, he didn't have the 15% down. He was about 50,000 short. So what I recommend, you know what I mean? So at that point, we had to, we stopped, we talked a little bit, and it turns out he has a lot of equity in his primary property. So what we did was we changed it, which was kind of hard to do, being a new employee, to change a loan in Octane from refinance to a purchase, or purchase to a refinance. But that's what we were looking at doing, and so we put together a refinance. I got the disclosures out yesterday, and well, I got this. I took the application in the afternoon and went home, cleared the criticals. While I was sitting on my couch with my daughter, which was nice, and sent out the disclosures and stuff. And he'd responded to me that he'd gotten like 5 different calls from other lenders tonight saying that they would beat our rate. Now, this isn't a rate that I locked in. I simply chose the rate that is the same as the rate that he currently has. With the way pricing was last night, he was paying a little bit for it. He's going to be paying a little bit for it. But I mean, I know that we could go lower, but it's going to be more expensive for him. Unless of course they've changed today. And he told me that he got like 5 calls from other lenders last night saying that they could beat our rate. And I guess my question is one, how did these lenders know that he's doing an application?
I'm glad that you asked that question.
And number two, um, how do I respond to that?
Yeah, so that's great, right? So what we want to do is we want to acknowledge what the customer is saying, right? But we also need to educate them. And so this particular guy, you should ask them, how did they get your phone number, right? How did they get your phone number? Number one. Number two is what kind of company calls you off of a credit trigger? Sounds like those warranty claim people, or the social security people, or the go to jail people that call you from places like Nigeria, right? That are like, oh, you must pay us, yeah, $1,000 right now, or you're going to jail, right?
Well,
I
my
mean,
favorite my
how,
favorite
how
is
credible how credible are these other people? I mean, you got to ask them that. Did, and wait a minute, dude. They say that you're going to give them a lower rate. Did you give your social security number over the phone to a stranger? Ask those questions of the customer, right? Number one, right? How did they get your information? Number two, can you trust somebody that is scamming your information? And number three, did you give your social to a complete stranger over the phone? I mean, this is exactly how identity theft happens, guys. Like, legitimately, this is how identity theft happens. Oh, my name is Dave. I'm calling from Bank of America. Great. What's my account number? Oh, I can't tell you that over the phone. Thank you for scamming me. I'll call the FBI now. Thanks. Click. Bye. Right? Like, there are scammers galore out there. Yes, I'll give you a 1% rate. Just give me your social. How scary is that? And your bank account number? Uh-huh. And your routing number? Uh-huh. Okay, and what are your credit cards? Uh-huh. And then all of a sudden, that same guy, what's his name? Your the borrower?
Brian.
Brian. Now there's, a few Brians illegally here in the US, and now he's got a few extra credit cards, and now he's run up, 10, 20 grand worth of debt because he wanted a lower rate, right? And now,
on the same, I mean, I guess my next question would be in regards to that. I mean, when we're on the phone burner, isn't that essentially what we are doing?
yeah, but this is a guy that you met in person, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
then
This is a guy that I met in person. Yep.
Yeah, and these are people that are calling off of. So the people that we're calling from phone burner are people that legitimately said, "Hey, I would like a home purchase," right? He
Right.
did not reach out to any of these companies. These companies scammed his information. That's how they were able to get his phone number and call him, right? There's a big difference between a proactive customer that reaches out to us and we're calling them back than somebody who got a credit run from a different lender, and now other people see that and they're now calling him, right? So there's a difference between people who are reaching out to us and we're answering their questions, and scammers that are calling because they are calling off of a credit trigger. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And here's the other thing too. Let them know that you're going to take care of them. Like, legitimately say, hey, listen, like, these other places will promise you something, right? But
They're gonna bait and switch you.
yeah, they're going to bait and switch. It's the name of the game right now. Here's what you actually qualify. You don't like your interest rate? Have them sit down with you right there. That's the beauty of having them right there in the office. And if they're on the phone, you guys who are making phone calls and watching this video, do a screen share like what Mike and I are doing right now, and just say, hey, let me show you my pricing. Be transparent with the customers, earn their trust, build rapport, and get them all the way through the process, right? On that first sit down, have them sign the disclosures. If you're meeting with them in person, have them sign the disclosures right there. Have them sign the disclosures on the call. Let's get the appraisal ordered. Have them pay for the appraisal right away, right? That builds that loyalty with you, right? If you sit down with them, you take a nap, and Mike's new, right? Mike's very, very new, so he's still getting used to the systems, right? You've been on the systems what, 2-3 weeks now?
Well, I mean, essentially, this is my second week out of training. The beginning of my
Yeah.
second week.
So he's only at Octane for 2 weeks, right? So, like, when you're experienced though, when somebody's sitting down next to you, you want to complete the whole thing. Have them start uploading their docs. They can literally log right into Octane from there and start taking pictures with their phone, right, of their docs and uploading it right there. So by the time they walk out of your office, they've got their disclosure signed, their docs uploaded. Well, I can't figure out how to get my pay stub. Great. Sit down here at my computer. You can use my computer. Pull up your ADP or whatever it is that you're using. Let's get those docs in. And then tell them, educate your customer. Hey, I'm a mortgage company, and I pulled your credit. The TransUnion and Equifax and Experian, they sell your information to unreputable companies, right? That are going to buy your information and try to sell you stuff from a different mortgage, a car loan. They're going to try to sign you up for vehicle warranty. They're going to try to sell you more credit cards, or they're just going to scam you. Your information is for sale 24/7 from Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, the 3 credit reporting agencies. That's how they make their money.
And that's
Right?
and that's how these people got his information.
I guarantee that's how these people got his information, because he applied online. And there are companies out there that say, hey, if somebody has applied for credit, The same thing will happen if you apply for a credit card or an auto loan. Like you'll apply for a credit card, and all of a sudden you get all these other credit card offers in the mail, right? You apply for a vehicle warranty, you'll get warranty calls out the ears. I know I just got one a couple of months ago. I literally get probably 3 to 6 warranty calls a day. And they're always like, hello, I'm right here in Dallas. And it's like, no, you're not in Dallas. I know you're not, right? Well, what part of Dallas are you in? I am in Fusca, Quito. And I'm like, no, that doesn't exist in Dallas. Sorry, you're not here, right? These scammers are going to call your customer. I'm not making fun of any nationality or people overseas, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they're calling from overseas and pretending to be right here with us, and they're not looking out for your customer's best interest.
I got that beat, David. When I first moved back from Mexico, I didn't have a car, and I got the phone call saying, "Hello, do you know that your car's warranty is about to expire?" And I'm like, I don't have a car, dude. He's like, yes, it is about to expire. I insist. I'm like, I don't have a car. And he's like, I'm telling you, it is going to expire and you're not going to be covered. I'm like,
right?
I don't have a car.
Share those stories with your borrower so they know, because they're getting the same calls, right?
Right.
And you know, we need to protect our customers. I mean, that's what it all boils down to, is we need to, and they don't understand these things, right? When, like, you didn't have a car, you're getting the warranty claims, you know, everybody, like the medical stuff that goes out there, they're always trying to get you to pay medical bills that aren't even yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, these scammers are everywhere. Tell them, hey, listen.
Now, when we
pull your credit, and tell them that after we pull the credit, you don't want to scare them before the credit. You want to educate them. You want to, if you do it before you pull the credit, that's a scare tactic. We don't do that. We do it after the credit pull, so it's an education piece, right? Hey, we pulled your credit. It's going to show up as an inquiry. There are companies out there that are going to buy your information, just like they buy your vehicle information and everything else. All of your life is for sale. If you have a Facebook account, if you have a credit score, your life is for sale, unfortunately, right?
I got a question. Now, when do they have the ability to see the disclosures? Or, I mean, because they're like, oh, we will beat your rate. But I mean, do they even know what the rate that he was given is?
No idea. And they have no idea what he even qualifies for, if they even are a lending company. Like your warranty company, if that guy called you and convinced you that you had a car and that you paid for that warranty, I mean, you might have got the best warranty out there. You don't even have a car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to offer the best program out there, but they're not going to give them anything.
Right.
They're going to get the credit card number, and who knows what happens after that. And forbid that they get a social. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's scary. Scary. So have your customers get as educated as humanly possible. Because if he starts, like, giving out his credit card number and social security number to all these random phone calls that he's going to get, right? He's probably going to be in trouble. Right. He's probably going to have another, you said his name's Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian's going to be opening up a lot of credit cards he never knew he had.
Ask Bruno, sweetie.
In fact, a lot of these scammers are so resourceful now, guys. And all of you guys watching this video, hopefully you're taking a lot of notes. They're so resourceful that they don't even need a social to steal your identity anymore. If they have your name and your address, that's all they really need, and they can begin the process of stealing your identity from there. That's messed up, isn't it?
Sure is.
So, anyways, any of you guys watching this video, whether you're a loan officer as part of our team, or a loan officer that's not part of our team, or maybe one of our clients or customers, just be aware of what's out there, right? Just be cautious of what's out there, right? You met Mike. You got to sit down with Mike.
You met my lovely little girl.
Yeah. And here's the thing too. And this is another reason why you want to knock it out on, your first sit down with the customer or your first phone call with the customer is you don't want scamming people to call up that aren't part of our team and scam documents out of your customer either. If you've got everything uploaded up front and you got the appraisal paid for, there's no reason why some random person's going to call and ask for their credit card number, because they will. It's the same thing like buying a car, right? These scamming companies are going to call you up and try to sell you more stuff. So I know that coffee looks good in the background.
I was
want
eyeing
those,
that
like, little
pie.
donuts or something.
And it looks like a pie or something, and I can't seem to get to it.
Hey, we used to actually, with Coffee with Closers, meet at a coffee shop pre-Corona. So this kind of brings back a little bit of memories where you sit around the coffee shop and talk about stuff like this.
Well, anytime I'm more than willing to come for coffee with you, Dave. Anytime you want to fly me down to Texas, I'm up for
I know, right?
it.
Uh, we'll bring you down to Texas when it's 120 degrees down here. You're like, oh
Oh,
my
that,
gosh, I'm gonna die.
I lived in the Sonoran Desert in Mexico for 3.5 years, so I'll be all right.
Hey, yeah, you know what it's like.
Yeah, yeah, and that's you can always add more clothes. You can't take more off though.
Yeah, what I'd really like to do is when all this chaos blows over with the travel restrictions and all this other stuff that's going on, I'd love to, get the team together, all of the big performers, and fly us all down to Mexico and share ideas on how we're going to help more people.
No, that'd be nice. I'm going to Mexico on the 2nd of February.
Yeah, Mexico's a
Good.
great place to visit, but
Well, I lived down there for 10 years. The fiance is still there. We're doing the process right now of getting her up here. So,
that's
you know,
fantastic. That's
yeah, yeah.
fantastic.
So I mean, if we do that, I would have to fly her up too, because there's no way I'd be able to. I'd be in big trouble if I went to Mexico without her and didn't see her.
Heck yeah, man. We'll be
I don't know.
here,
I don't know how I'd explain that.
relaxing on a beach on a hammock, taking a siesta. Man,
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there on the 2nd. So
yeah,
I'll send you pictures, Dave.
that's awesome, man. That's
I plan
awesome.
I plan I plan on rocking that Speedo, buddy.
Oh, okay. No, no. Alrighty, guys. Well, thanks for watching our video today. When you see Mike in the virtual office, tell him hey, and more to come. So we'll sign off on the Speedo note.
Gonna drop a little blue steel there too.